Okay, legends, welcome back to the channel with another Etheria restart video. And this time we're gonna be talking about the main characters that you wanna build on your account to start your account strong and go and defeat every single thing in PvE. And it will help you out a lot in PvP. I'll be explaining and talking about them in depth, 3 units in specific. And I'm gonna be talking about 2 units that are better than the third and the final first unit that is super important from the R rarity characters. Yes, they are easier to build. You can max them out immediately. You can dupe them out immediately. I'll be explaining everything that you need to know about them. And starting with the first character, which is Ashu. Now, Ashu is a great unit. He's an assault unit, which is he's an attacker. He's a holo. It means he's green. Yes, he have weaknesses against other factions, such as the red element, which will go and absolutely deal more damage to him, and he will deal less damages to him. So basically what you need to understand about this character is he's the fastest R rarity character in the game so far. So he goes up to 119 if you get his prowess up, which is his first level. So there's the prowess, which is the levels up. He gets his speed by 110. Then he gets 9 more speed if you're gonna go and upgrade his skill level 1, which is have substats as speed, and you can max it out. And you can max these characters right at the start of the game because of all the blue lattice that you're gonna get, plus buy from the shop with a cheap currency, so you will not go and spend a lot. What's his problems? He has good, decent attack. He has low defense. So you need to protect him a little bit. He goes with the crit rate base at 10% and 150%. This unit is based on speed. The more that he's speedier, the better that he does. So the more points of speed that you build on him or substats and the speed set that you're gonna give him, he's gonna go and deal more damages. We'll be talking about that. So why do people use him at the start of the game and then they drop him? Now, understand this. The first 7 days, we can reset 5 characters, up to 5 characters. I don't know if they will give us a reset functionality later in the game or any event that you can reset characters. But because this game and the devs said that this is a super free-to-play friendly game, I 100% guarantee you they will do that, and hopefully they will do it as soon as possible by the first month. And every month we can have to reset at least 3 characters. That would be insane for your progression for your characters, especially for free-to-play players. Now, we'll be talking about his skills. His third skill, he inflict AoE damage on everybody on your enemy lineup, and he have a 60% chance to inflict silence. Now, before I talk about chances is something basic on you, and effect accuracy enhances that. So let's say you have 60% basic chance on your character and you have effect accuracy at 10%, you're gonna have 70% chance or effect accuracy in total to go and land a silence on your enemy. Now, I know silence is the weakest form of control effect, then comes taunt, which is the second weakest, and then comes sleep, which is the third weakest, and you have the strongest one, which is freeze and stun. Why is that? Let me explain something about silence. Silence, you can silence the character, but they can still pick whatever character they want to pick, and they can auto attack them. And sometimes the auto attack have something like him, he has a debuff on it as speed down. The second one, which is taunt. With taunt, it's absolutely better because it will allow you to auto attack, but only the character that taunted you. So you're locked on one character, one target. Now next comes the sleep or the slumber, which you sleep units. And these units, if they get attacked by other characters that does not have the sleep functionality of, because the only initial character that puts sleep, such as Kazuyu right now, if she hit them again, she won't awake them up and they will continue sleeping, but she will deal damage. But if you hit them, they will wake up, but they will continue be sleeping, and if you don't attack them, they will miss their next turn as if they're stunned. The other form are the stun and the freeze. We all know freeze and stun, unless they cleanse it by some kind of power that they have, or cleansing mechanic, or maybe a shell, they will absolutely skip their turn and it will give you the advantage. These are the tier list of the CC that we have in the game so far. So basically, the chances that you have 60% chance, the devs made it clear that the chances of effect accuracy can go up to 90%. It's capped at 90%, such as on Kraken, you can go up to 90%. Yes, you can get your effect accuracy to 200%, but it will be capped at 90%. The excess will not count. So you will have 90% to stun that or freeze that unit or silence that unit, and they have 10% to evade that. Now, if they have more effect resistance, they will decrease the effect accuracy that you have, so they will have chances to evade that. So this is why I say always try to build it to 120, maybe 200, 150 if you can. This is the maximum that you want to go with. So if they have like something like 50% effect resistant and you have it at 120 or 150, you remove 50 and you still have the 100%, reduce the 10% because it's capped at 90, you're gonna keep your 90%. So this is, we're talking about the debuffs, we're talking about the stuns or control, all of them are capped at 90%. So 90%, great. You have a chance to silence the entire team. They can't do their skills. What does he do? Again, he does inflict with his second skill, taunt or dot on everybody. It means they lose 4% of their HP, maximum HP, with every turn that the starts of the battle, which is a good damage dealing wise, but I wouldn't say it's the highest. It's decent for you to deal extra damages. Now this also can stack up to one time. It means only 4% of their maximum HP that they can lose. Both of them has skill cooldown at 3. So 3 turn cooldown that you can go and do that. And if you have any type of shell that you can go and reduce the cooldown of your skills, or any character that will help you, which we will talk about another character also on our rarity character, which reduces skill cooldowns, just like Lily and other characters, which will help you a lot on the early game versus bosses or even in PvP. So his first skill, he does increasing amount of damage according to the speed that he has, because he decreases the speed by 30%, and every 10 speed that he has difference, or increasing speed, every 10 speed that he has, he will apply 2.5 increase in damage, which makes him a good solid unit. My problem with him, his damages are not crazy. Yes, his silence is great, but it's not the best in the game, because we want control. We don't want just to silence. Sometimes they can go on auto attack you, and they need to auto attack you because the skill that they want is on the auto attack. And because he's a green character, the green character makes him very weak against fire. So this is the first one we're talking about. The second best one, in my opinion, this is the second best and he's the third best. So the second best is Catchy. Now, what's good about Catchy? First of all, Catchy is reason. It means red. So he's weak against, or she is weak. I don't know if he's a he or she's a she. He looks like a guy with feminine face. So I'm gonna call him a she and roast me for that. So the cool thing about Catchy is a very unique character with the skills that she can help you do. So speed-wise, not that speedy, but you can build her on speed and she will help you a lot. You can build her on max HP with effect accuracy as well. You need effect accuracy on her, you need speed on her, and you need a little bit maybe on effect resistance. We'll be talking about that. Attack-wise, does not deal a lot of damage, but she is tanky because of the defense and the HP that she gets. And with prowess, you're gonna get effect accuracy to 32%. This is a 32% basic built on her. With 32%, you're gonna max her dupes, you're gonna go and build her up if you wanna have her, and I am gonna max her out at the start of the game because she will help me out with PvE progress and against bosses at the early stage until we get the later units and we can get the dupes of them or build them up higher. So this is absolutely fantastic. A little bit of crit rate and basic 150%. I think everybody has 150 crit damage. So her skill 3, one of the best skills in the game in my opinion for an R rarity character. So what she does is she deals AoE damage and she decreases the turn meter just like Marvel by 35%. Maybe not the same as Marvel, maybe it's the same. I forgot Marvel, I think it's 45%, maybe 35%, but she reduces the turn meter of everybody and she has a 35% on top of the 32% that she gets when you get her prowess up on her skill. She's gonna get up to 60%. If you build effect accuracy, you can reach that 90% and you're gonna go and stun everybody for one turn. So she's just like Kraken, she's just like Obol, she's just like Mio, she's just like Marvel, not like Marvel, actually she is like Marvel. She does what Marvel does and what Obol does. So she stuns and she reduces turn meter. Okay, that's absolutely fantastic. And this is for one round and it's on a 5 cooldown turn, but it's not 5. It's 4. Why? We're gonna talk about it and I will show you this. So on her second skill, one of the most insane skills in my opinion for her, which makes her an insane unit. Basically, she is a mini Marvel, 100%. The difference why we don't play her and we prioritize Marvel, because Marvel is faster than her. That's the only reason. She is better than Marvel in control. She doesn't only push your turn meter, she stuns you as well, okay? And Marvel got a nerf now also for cooldown for 5 turns, which will make him a little bit less used. You can absolutely skip Marvel for PvE content and build Catchy. Absolutely, I'm not even joking. I'm gonna show you why in a second. So she goes and buff one unit with 100% turn meter and attack buff for 2 turns by 40%. Great. and reduce all of your characters, including herself, cooldown by 1. So she goes, her cooldown, she reduces it by 1. So, by the way, Marvel does not have anything to reduce his cooldown unless you're gonna play shells on him. If you play this same shell on her, she's gonna reduce her skill to 3 again. So that will make her an insane unit. And in my opinion, I don't know why the rating on Pride win. I think they need to update it. I'm gonna show you gameplay using Catchy, and I will show you how good she is. Marvel can't stun. She stuns. Marvel silences. She stuns. Keep that in mind. Stuns is a very big form of control, better than silence. Plus, she pushes 7 meter just like him. She has cooldowns just like him, but she reduces cooldown. Plus, she buffs your team with attack, which Marvel does not do. This is one of the best units in the game, Marvel. She does what he does, but even better right now. Okay, right now, after he got nerfed, she does exactly what he does, even better, okay? Now, the cool thing about her as well, that she reduces the turn meter of a single target enemy with a 30% chance, which was Marvel do with his first skill as well. She does it with her first skill. Just build her slap effect accuracy on her, and maybe a little bit of effect resistance for these bosses that will stun you randomly, or you need to be having a cleanser or animus that will give you, or shell that will give you a cleansing mechanic, or you can build her straight up on HP, defense, and effect accuracy, and have a shell on her that reduces cooldown or cleanses her, which will be amazing. I would highly recommend for her to build her on somebody, an animus that will cleanse her. There's a, I think, R rarity shell that you get from the start of the game. I'll be showing it on the screen so nobody get confused what it is. It will cleanse you, purify you from random control that you will have when you get your turn. So that would be insane for her. You're not gonna get stunned by her. You're gonna keep pushing your turn. So you use your skill 3, cooldown goes to 4, you get your turn, use cooldown 3, the second skill, cooldown goes not to 3, goes to 2 immediately. So you, one turn, you reduce your cooldown. And if you have another unit that reduces cooldown, that would be insane. You can keep pushing just like Marvel, the turn meter of everybody, with the first skill. Now Marvel is speedier. Marvel like outspeeds everyone. This is why he gets multiple turns before she does, but she will fill his role absolutely perfect. What's the downfalls about her? She does not deal a lot of damage. Marvel does extra amount of damages because he has higher attack than her. Plus she's fire, so she or red, so against blue she could be weaker. So this is the only downfall that I would say for her. But would I build her? Absolutely, I will max her out. Okay, and we have reset again. Until you get Marvel, get the resources for him, max out his skills, because we know the lattice for SR classes is super scarce. It's as rare as the lattice for the SSR, I would say. The SSR is very rare, but it's on the same level in my opinion, but you get a lot of it, so you can build Marvel and max him out. But I highly recommend max out Catchy. She's free Marvel, does the same thing, even better, she stuns. The only thing that is lower on speed, lower on HP, defense, and lower on, maybe on defense she's at the same, but lower on HP and lower on attack. This is what you need to keep in mind. She's a great solid unit for you to start. Now, for my favorite character in the entire game right now, this is a broken character. I'm not even joking. She's not even just good. She's very good. She's excellent. This is a broken character. First of all, number 41, which make her very good, which is that she's a light unit. Okay, she's a constant light unit. It means she can go against anybody. Great. The only thing that if she's gonna go against the dark, they're gonna deal more damage to her. She's gonna deal more damage to them. They're gonna have more effect accuracy on her. She's gonna have more effect accuracy on them. That's the only good. The only thing that I would say, but basically you will play her against anybody. On base speed, not that bad. She can go to 114 because you're gonna max it. Basically, it's free to max these characters, right? So she have 114% on speed, low on defense, high on HP. The cool thing that is she's already buffed on HP, 18k HP. Like if we're gonna go and look for Catchy, you're gonna see 12k, right? Ashu, 13k or 14k. She has 18k or 19 almost k HP. She's already great on HP. Again, she has high effect resistance when you get her maxed out, which is absolutely fantastic for her. The only problem that she doesn't get effect accuracy. You need to build her on effect accuracy if you want to play wounds on her first skill. I'm gonna explain that. How important is that as well? So with the third skill, what does she? And imagine that the most OP thing about her is she has a 3 cooldown. 3-turn cooldown, absolutely crazy. The buff that they gave her is absolutely out of this world. This is the best R rarity unit that is also better than many SR units in this game, okay? So, pushes all your allies' turn meter by 20. It's not as crazy as Lily, as Doki Doki, as Chiaki the Echo, but it's still 20% in pushing turn meter. That's absolutely fantastic. If you play her with Marvel or if you play her with Catchy, Catchy pushes them back, you push your team up, and you have another, because it's a 3 cooldown, you're gonna push your turn meter again, your units. So if you have Catchy, you can use her second skill, you can make it to 2 rounds actually cooldown, and you can push back your units again. So Catchy have the problem, the effect to use her second skill again or her third skill again, which is absolutely nice. Plus, she applies an attack buff. She does not have a percentage to apply attack buff. She will apply an attack buff 100% on everybody. Everybody will have the attack buff. It means if you're playing somebody like Hellkid, you're gonna have thicker shields. If you're playing somebody like a damage dealer, you don't need now Lily, Chiaki the Echo, Freya. She does what Freya does. Freya boosts your turn meter and give you an attack buff with her ultimate. She does exactly the same, which is absolutely fantastic. But this one does not deal damage. Freya does deal damage and reduce the turn meter of your enemies. This one does not do that. Now, previously she was better because she pushed by 35%. Now it's up to 20% only. It went down, but 20% is still amazing for an R rarity character. Now, her second skill is also one insane second skill that will make her a mini Sanya as well. We know the healing over time of Sanya is basically the best in the game because it's a passive. And every time she heals somebody else, which is a really, really good thing. Or when she gets a turn, she heals and it procs, and now they fixed it, but she's still one of the best. So what does she do here? She immediately heals somebody with her second skill, and it's also 3 cooldown. So she's a healer as a buffer as well. So she inflict all on you heal over time. The heal over time, it does not matter if you're stunned or not. Whenever the turn starts, you're gonna heal at 15% of your maximum HP on that character. The character that has the buff gain the maximum HP. This is what makes her a great support as well. And she has a chunky HP. You need to build her a little bit on defense and effect accuracy if you wanna get her first skill. What does her first skill do? So she deals a single target damage and the 35% chance to inflict wound for 2 turns. Wound, they cannot heal. The enemy, there's a lot of problems with many bosses. There's a boss that you cannot deal that much damage and they will always heal when your turn comes. You inflict wound on them and that's it. They will never heal. You are good to go. She does what Heinrich does, what Mio does, which is absolutely fantastic. You need a character that does that. I would highly recommend using number 41. Number 41 is the only character from the R faction that I'm putting in my head that I will never reset, okay? So I will not go for Freya. Freya banner, skip it. I will not go for Freya. She's so expensive and she's an SSR character and I will miss my chance if I go for the 80 pulls, which I did on beta, instead of going for the normal general banner, which will get me maybe Heinrich, Lily, Doki Doki, Messiah, Mio, these characters, Shadow Sanya. So these characters, light and dark, you're not gonna get them on Freya's banner. So why I summon on Freya? Like I don't need Freya. This is a Freya. This is basically a Freya without the defensive buff. And this is basically a Freya that applies wounds. So she pushes your turn meter for your all allies. She gives you the attack buff and it's a 3 cooldown turn. It means if you pair her up with Catchy, your attack up for 2 turns will be applied every single time. So you're gonna go apply this. She's gonna reduce the cooldowns of your skills, Catchy, or any unit that reduce your cooldown. You're gonna reapply this and push your teammates and get the attack boost again. So your team will be basically always on attack up with using her. Plus, if you use her with Catchy on the early game, Catchy with her second skill also applies an attack up for the ally with the second skill while reducing the cooldown of everybody else. So imagine that. This is super crazy. We did it before. So the teams that defeated on the best teams or the best scores with the lowest time, they replaced Freya back then, before everything, the nerfs and the buffs, and they put number 41. She did exactly the same job because on 3 cooldown, she's an R rarity character. She will buff the turn meter of your teams and give you attack up, and you can actually go and destroy that. So if you want to go full ham on a team and you build a low budget, low cost team, you can build number 41, you can build Dina, and you can build Heinrich, and these are the most buffs and the most debuffs that you can get at the same time, because Dina applies defense down and applies vulnerability on the enemies. Heinrich applies the debuff that you increase your crit rate and you can increase your crit damage, and applies a buff block and healing down, and she can apply attack up. You don't need the defense down if you're going for one shot. You can use somebody that deals massive amount of damages, or like Rosa, or somebody like Messiah, and one shot and clear a dungeon like that. So this is absolutely insane. And again, she has low cooldowns, she has massive HP, she buffs your teams, she's absolutely fantastic, and she is a light unit. So this is what I'm gonna say. It's not a clickbait, it's not something that I lied about or something that I created from my head. I know everybody were talking about number 41 is good, you can use her then reset her. I would never reset. If you're free to play and you're smart, you would never reset this character. Plus from PvP for guilds, PvP versus PvP, guild, GVG, so guild versus guild, you need 6 characters or 8 characters or something like that, different characters, because the first team that you're gonna use, you're not gonna be able to use the same units, you need different units. So this is a free character that you can build and max out. And if you don't like it, you have 7 days to reset her. You have 7 days to reset Catchy. I would highly recommend max out number 41, max out Catchy. Trust me, you're gonna go and plow through the PvE content. They will help you in PvP at the start of the game, because they will be super speedy, because you're gonna go and max them out. Before anybody will max out any Marvel and the skills of them, they need to farm really hard to get their speed up. While these units, you immediately get them up for the speed. And yeah, that was it for the video. Let me know about your ideas and your thoughts about the R rarity characters. Do you think that you're gonna build somebody else? Because some people want to build Vice, maybe some people want to build Andrew, one of them does Taunt. Sybil is really good. She's the highest damage dealer as an R character. I think her multiplier goes, yeah, 1505, but really so squishy. She doesn't offer that much unless it's defense down, and she works around speed, and that's it. I don't think that she's worth to be built. Even in here, they put her tier 5 and everything. They're all tier 5, holy cow. Okay, these are a little bit better. He's a little bit good at the start of the game. I think he drops off. He's so speedy. He's the fastest R rarity characters. But Catchy, look where she performs. She performs in everywhere. She's a decent character. Number 41, she's tier 1 in Doki Doki, tier 2 in everything else. That's how good she is. This is what I'm gonna say. This is your mini Freya. You want you do not need to go for Freya. Freya is absolutely OP and broken as a support. Okay, she is broken as a support, but you want that unit that can go for everything. Freya can go against some kind of like Freya that cannot go against Aurora. Freya immediately dies against Aurora. If we're gonna go and check Freya here, so Freya against Aurora, where is it? Tier 5 against Aurora. Look at this, tier 5 against Aurora. Man, are you kidding me? She is tier 2 against Aurora. That's an R rarity character, because she provides what she does, and she's better there because she doesn't get one shot. This is what I want to talk about. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section, are you gonna build any R rarity characters? Tell me which one are you gonna focus. I'm definitely, to be honest with you, I'm never gonna reset number 41. I'm never gonna reset Catchy. I'm gonna max them out, keep them on my account. There are absolutely safe picks. Okay, they are safe picks for me. I might build Ashu, max him out, and then reset him. This is the only character that I might reset. And yeah, that was it for the video. I'll be seeing you in the next one.